learning to be intentional with your inner voice. Speak to yourself with strength, clarity, and truth. It doesn't mean lying to yourself. It means choosing thoughts that build you up instead of tearing you down. Your words, both to yourself and to others, are a reflection of your inner state. The person who constantly complains, criticizes, or brings others down is showing you what's happening inside of them. Likewise, someone who speaks with encouragement, honesty, and grace shows a personality rooted in self-awareness and strength. You can change how people experience you by changing the way you speak. If you start your day with gratitude, speak kindly even when frustrated, and choose to lift others rather than compete with them, you become someone others want to be around. That type of communication shapes your reputation. It shows maturity, discipline, and emotional intelligence, qualities that are at the heart of a powerful personality. Attitude is the third pillar that ties it all together. Your attitude is the lens you carry into every room. It's not just about being positive in a superficial way. It's about choosing to see the lesson in the struggle, choosing to keep moving even when things aren't perfect, and choosing to be respectful even when others aren't. A strong attitude doesn't mean you never feel discouraged. It means you don't let discouragement define how you treat people or how you carry yourself. The more you train your attitude to stay grounded, the more trustworthy and magnetic your personality becomes. You might not be able to control every situation, but you always have control over how you think, how you speak, and how you respond. And that control is powerful. When you align your thoughts, words, and attitude with the person you want to be, your actions begin to follow. You don't have to fake anything. You're simply operating from a place of truth and purpose. Over time, this alignment transforms your personality into one that's calm under pressure, uplifting in conversations, and clear in direction. That's what people remember. Not how loud you were or how perfect you seemed, but how they felt around you. Your thoughts, words, and attitude shape that feeling, and they shape the person you become. You can't grow if you're always trying to stay comfortable. Stretch yourself daily. Growth and comfort do not live in the same space. The very moment you choose comfort over challenge, you stop evolving. Most people want to improve their personality, build confidence, and become better versions of themselves, but they hesitate the moment things feel unfamiliar or hard. That hesitation is natural, but if you let it control you, it becomes a wall that keeps you from your potential. Growth requires discomfort. It demands that you do things you're not good at yet, face truths you might not want to hear, and step into situations where failure is possible. But it's in those uncomfortable moments that your character begins to take shape. You don't become more courageous by avoiding fear. You become courageous by walking through it. You don't build patience by having everything go your way. You build it by dealing with delays and learning to stay grounded. Every aspect of personality that truly matters, resilience, empathy, humility, discipline, comes from experiences that stretch. But the mistake many people make is thinking they need to wait for life to push them. The truth is, you have to push yourself. Challenge yourself intentionally. Speak up even when it's easier to stay silent. Try something new even if it feels awkward. Stand up for what's right even when it's uncomfortable. That's the stretching that creates growth. Stretching yourself isn't about being reckless or pushing so hard that you burn out. It's about moving just a little beyond your comfort zone every single day. If you do that consistently, your comfort zone begins to expand. What once scares you becomes normal. What once seemed out of reach becomes something you now do with ease. And that constant stretching builds a personality that can adapt, handle pressure, and remain steady even in chaos. Life will always throw challenges your way, but if you train yourself to grow through stretching, you won't collapse under pressure, you'll rise through it. The problem with staying too comfortable is that it creates a false sense of stability. You might think everything is fine, but deep down, you're shrinking. You're not using your voice. You're not learning anything new. You're not putting your talents to work. And after a while, that comfort begins to feel like a trap. It turns into boredom. Then boredom turns into frustration. Then frustration turns into bitterness. The only way to stop that spiral is to stretch toward growth. You don't need to take giant leaps every day, but you do need to take steps. Stretching also reveals things about you that you can't learn in stillness. You find out what you're really made of, what you believe in, what you're willing to fight for, and what values you hold closest. You discover strengths you didn't know you had, and you uncover areas that still need work. That self-awareness is priceless. It gives your personality depth. It gives your presence authenticity. It gives your voice weight. When people see that you're constantly working to grow, they trust you more. They're drawn to you, not because you're perfect, but because you're real and you're trying. At the end of the day, personality is like a muscle. If you don't use it, stretch it, and challenge it, it stays the same. But if you stretch it, feed it, and keep showing up even when it's hard, it grows stronger every single day. You'll find yourself walking into situations that once terrified you and handling them with calm. You'll catch yourself speaking with confidence where you used to second guess everything. And it all starts with choosing to stretch, not just once, but daily. That's how real growth happens.